Some things are great when they're aggressive. A clutch, a gear shift, an engine, a car can be aggressive and fine. Aggressive women are fucking great sometimes. Then you get the headphones, and it's like aggressive headphones, and that's what I'm defining the 1770s as. 1770 Pro. They used to be what? Pro and Premium? Well, these are Pro. These are aggressive headphones. Maybe the most aggressive. Yeah, that's still M50. M50Xs are... That's what I said. The hammer is just... Well, you gotta hear everything that I'm doing. I'll fucking kill you. That was M50Xs. And these don't quite go that far. But you put them on, and you're sort of taken aback by how hardcore they sound. And that's a weird description. Again, hardcore is not something that, oh, how do they sound hard? These sound hardcore. Let's move into the build and the box things first. I find I flow better that way. So an interesting little, it's a flimsy soft box, but it's a big soft hard box. I don't know. You get the AIDS cable again. It comes with 2 cables. Comes with the coiled, which is very heavy. You feel it. You feel this coiled cable. Let me put it that way. Comes with another 10-foot AIDS wrapped cable in case it's got AIDS. It comes with 2 pairs of pads, but unlike the 1990s, where one was specifically for being balanced and unbalanced. I forget the terms. It doesn't matter to me right now. You got velour and you got pleather, or protein leather. Pleather is protein leather. There you go. So I swapped them back and forth once or twice, or once, really. It really was once. And with the velour on, it's like, okay, sibling a little bit, it's getting there, and then, you know, I'm not feeling the... And I took them off, and I put on the pleather. And since they're closed, usually the way the school thought is open headphones, you want keep the breathing going. You want to keep velour, you want to keep it... You don't want to close them. That isn't always the case. Point being, my 2000Xs have the Alpha Dog pads in it, which are like very closed and sealing. But most of the time, you want to keep open headphones with open pads and closed headphones with closed pads, and that's how it works. And I do indeed like these aggressive as fuck headphones more with the pleather pads on them. Now, the track that I'm listening to right here is Yoshi Horikawa Interlude. Now, he's on Bandcamp. I buy all his music on Bandcamp. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find him on Spotify. And it's a repetitive, he does a lot of ambient noises and stuff. And there's just a thump, thump, thump that when I talk about sub bass in a headphone, I could say, yeah, it has it, yeah, it doesn't have it, yeah, the bass. The predecessors to the 1770s were the 770s. And those were the first pair of headphones that I had ever heard that I understood what sub-bass was. It wasn't just low end. It wasn't just, these Sonys here, the Z7s, they have great low end. They're a big driver, like a kick drum is what I said, a kick drum. You feel the impact of it. These are dumb. We're gonna get to the other flaws in the sound, but we're gonna praise it just a little bit, just a touch right now, because this song, is just heart-shatteringly solid low end, sub bass, like literally sub bass. 15 hertz, I'm sure, is just rattling. I'm gonna put it on again, so I get another. I'm gonna recharge my. No. So sub bass Kings 1770 Pros now. My fucking lovely Ether Flow Cs can produce sub bass, but it's sort of like in the background. They don't overpower you with it. I love them because they're so balanced. And these are aggressive as fuck. They don't give a shit. These headphones punch their mother in the face before going to school every day. Every day is what these 1770s did. They said, "Bye, Mom, going to school." Boom. And the mother was just like, "I love you too, honey." And then they went off to school. I want to describe them as not super wide sounding, usually aggressive, usually tight, usually monitoring. You get in there. Yet I put on a couple tracks and I have a Count of Monte Cristo like reading. It's just vocals in like a goddamn church basement, and you just hear the echoes. And on soundstage-less headphones, it isn't as impressive. But on these, and I'm not sure if it's because they're closed, I could hear the width. I could hear the room. Now I'm going to have to compare these directly with the A1000Zs, which is the only ones I've heard. I've heard the 2000Zs actually for a short time, and those are sort of like my now middle-of-the-range, $500, got to compare everything to. I'm going to eventually get the 2000Zs to test. It's going to be great. I can tell you one thing, these will have better sub bass immediately, and these are way more aggressive. Those will, where the highs on the Audio-Technicas, the A1000Zs, and I'm assuming that I've heard the 2000Zs for a short period of time, so I know what they're all about. But I know for a fact that the highs on those never get too far. So the highs in the 2000Xs there never go too far, and the Sonys here, the highs are just relaxed. They're relaxing, calm cans, calm. Not these. These punch their mother. Remember, they're aggressively hitting their mother in the face. Well, it isn't all the time. It isn't as bad as like the original 990s or the T90s, but that Tesla Beyer Dynamic thing, you know, I did the 1990s and I fucking love them. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, if I built a recording studio, I would have to get a loan from a bank, and every fucking console and keyboard and everything would have 1990s on them. That's it. These, however, once you close in that driver, you start to get the taste, the flavor of the highs are getting to me just on certain songs. It's not every song. If it was every song, this would be a terrible... I would just take these and I'd pull the plug and I'd throw them out the window. Not doing that, because it's not every song. It's a couple songs where I was like, ooh. The highs are ooh. 250 ohm, by the way. And I've got the array, I've got the entire, you know, what was it called in Evangelion when they turned on all the power in Japan and they had all the, whatever. I have that going here. I've got the tube, the hybrid tube, the Aris, I got the Uns. Hell, I even have the little iFi here, the IDSD. And I'm just swapping them out. Swapping them. And I think I could safely say I like these headphones best in the tube. Now, granted, that's a dark voice with both tubes changed out. Someone loaned me these old RCA, actually a bunch of them. But these are some vintage as mofo RCA Electron tubes. So they're nicely sitting there, giving me a little better than the Chinese tubes it comes with. And because here's what the tubes are doing for this particular set of headphones, and I'll change tracks now. They're taking the highs down a bit. They're just cutting them out just 3%. And those particular tubes are not doing anything to the sub bass, but they're sort of smoothing out the rest of the bass to mid-range. I can't resist your sexy ass. Outcast Spread just randomly came on. That's an aggressive sounding song. These are aggressive sounding headphones. I'm sure it's great. Overseer. No. Overseer, Doomsday, or Bass Trap? Let's do Bass Trap. I can't knock them for their presentation of sound. Because in the beginning of the song, he's speaking, and you could hear an echo to the right, and then much more distant to the left. And I hear it perfectly. It's like it's some closed headphones, and the newer closed headphones, because I have older closed headphones. I don't do it as well. Newer headphones, you can hear, it's almost like a room DSP is on, where you're there, you're in it. You're not just having it sound played. It's doing this very cool thing where you are now inside the sound. And these do that flawlessly. However, It does sound like a lot of it. Imagine if you laid out a 10-piece orchestra, right? On a stage. You're on a stage, just lay them out. 10-piece orchestra. And then you stand up on stage and go, okay, play. And that's normal headphones, or really good headphones will have all that separation. With these headphones, you stand up on that stage, you got that 10-piece orchestra, and you call like 8 of the instruments to just fucking sit on your lap. Just like right here. 2 of them are out there. They're still out there doing their thing, but the other 8 are right. Like, it's just, whoa! That's the aggressive sound that these are pulling off. A lot of the sound is way in your face. They get mediocre reviews on Amazon, and I don't read other people's reviews or watch reviews, or else they'll throw me off. I need to be pure. I need to be the virgin of the audio world. I've never heard a thing about them. Now, what I'm going to say about them is that if you're in the mood for Andrew WK, these are your headphones. If you want to do classical music, you want to do some calm, relaxing, resting music, get the Sonys, get the Audio-Technicas. These are too aggressive for that. I'm tempted. I haven't gamed in them as much as I should have gamed in them because I had a whole thing in LAN. I'm pretty sure if I played Doom with these on, I would literally just start bleeding from every orifice of my body. That sub bass would come in and the gun, and then he would just rip someone's head off, and it would be like right in my eyes. Like, fuck. And the soundtrack is perfect for these. That Doom soundtrack is perfect for these. So that's my spiel. I'm feeling these. I don't hate them. I just understand that particular type of sound, that crazy murder sound, you can like that sometimes. I like it sometimes. Occasionally you get the right track, get the right mood. You tweak it a little bit with some tubes. You get if you sit down to have a goddamn nice, relaxing night, you don't pull these out. These are the headphones you put on right before you're about to steal a car and rob a convenience store and then have a shootout with the cops. But that's okay, because the qualities they have beyond that are well worth your time. Now, let's get to the problem with buying them. Just like the 1990s, which I waited too long to release that one, so it screwed up all the prices. Here they are for $600. Or here they are, one left, $600 with an amp and a case and a 32 gig card. Again, sold by Beach Camera. For some reason, Beach Camera has this weird deal that they do. So, I mean, there's one left. So the odds of you getting the one that's left is low, considering I'm probably going to release this video at least a week later. Then there's another one from Beach Camera, however, with one left in stock. That's the Beyer Dynamic amplifier, which is not a cheap amplifier, and the headphones, and a 64 gig card. Again, I don't know why the card's included, because there's no player. And a case for $100 more. So how much is that player? It's $324. I have to buy this. It feels like I need to buy it, because the A20 player alone is $324. So you're paying $100 more than you can get the headphones alone. You're getting a $324 fucking amplifier and a 64 gig card for no reason. I wonder if I could sell these headphones for full price. See, that's what it's coming down to now. I'm like, do I want to do this? And then I get to keep the amplifier for free, basically. I keep it for $100. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just you're going to have to do some research. It doesn't have balance. If it had balance, I'd consider it. It's not. It's just a straight up little baby. German made or not, I can't put myself through it. I have too much stuff to review anyway. But then you don't have to say that to yourself. You can go nuts. So, 1770s, if you're looking for an aggressive sound, these your bays. These are Death Clock cans, period.